the lineup today. Fontaine drives one down to Hawkins. Has one block. Gets another here. Trying to kick it outside and finally knocked out of bounds at his 40-yard line. Just inside 6.5 minutes to go, third quarter. Alouettes in sacks today. Anthony Calvillo has not faced a lot of pressure. Again, his percentage maybe down here today, but AC said to us yesterday it's about starting to groove his game again, and he's been down this road into September, into October, and knows the importance of staying healthy before the playoffs. And screen pass to Colburn. Jukes one, shakes another. Down to the Edmonton 45-yard line. And what Anthony Calvillo's greatest strength is his ability to read and distribute to a variety of players. Case in point.
Well, here he's going to go call the screen pass to Avon Colburn. As he slips out of the backfield, he's got to get a little bit of help from his friends. Big block right here from number 60, Andrew Woodruff. Second-year guard. From there, Coburn turns it upfield, and then it's up to the receivers. Right here, S.J. Green doing a nice job getting his hands on downfield.
Penalty flag flies. Andrew Hawkins, who can fly too. A lot of motion. Two fake handoffs, and then finally the sweep to Hawkins. And the end around, but see what the penalty call is. It looks like it's against Montreal.
Holding. Montreal number 8. A 10-yard penalty remains, first down.
Back Kerry Carter, the culprit on this play. We've seen the Alouettes a few times over the course of this game have some creative play calls in to get Andrew Hawkins involved in this football game. Montreal has always had seemingly good kick returners, and they've looked for ways to get them in the game. Larry Taylor in the past, certainly Tim Maypray this year, but Hawkins seems to be the guy of that nature to whom they're most committed in terms of their offensive scheme.
So all the penalties, Montreal piling them up as well. And then Cahoon is dropped, his second reception, 7 away from 1,000. United States born, Ben Cahoon, Canadian raised. And of course went to BYU. Spent much of his childhood in Alberta. Two-time most outstanding Canadian in the CFL, and will have a future home in the Canadian Football Hall of Fame when he's done. Calvillo over the middle, and it's picked off. Javi Glatt with the interception.
The Edmonton Eskimos continue to battle here.
And they're hanging in. Down 19, but a score makes it really.
At linebacker has his eyes trained on the quarterback throughout this entire play to see where AC is looking. Right here, senses that something AC is looking to his right a little bit, and he starts creeping into that lane to pick off a pass intended for a receiver coming from the other side of the field.
First pickoff of the day by the Eskimos. Anthony Calvillo's 4th interception of the season. Kelly Campbell slow to get up. So time for another second down conversion. Look back on that first drive, and Ricky Ray doesn't get hit there, or Jason Moss doesn't throw that interception. This game's completely changed, and in the game, the Edmonton Eskimos really, after the first half, had no right to be in. Suddenly, they find the end zone here. Could make it very interesting in the fourth quarter. But they have to drive the ball. Ray, sideline, and could not connect with Jason Barnes.
Barnes was completely covered with a defender between him and that football. Ricky Ray tried to lead him and let him run underneath it. But the corner out to that wide side. Deandre Dix. He goes inside as the route goes outside. Billy Parker's in perfect position on Barnes.
2nd down and 5, though, and they're going for a big play at that time. And maybe that's what Richie Hall was talking about yesterday, and the amount of mistakes and sometimes mental errors that this team has made this season. So it'll be 3rd down and kick time again for Noel Prefontaine, who has been the busiest Eskimo. Ryan Bratton, nowhere to run. And as much as the Alouettes dominated that first half, you know, they haven't had their A game that we've seen here before. They started out that way, but this is a Montreal team today. Had Edmonton been able to give a little more resistance, and they still can, is ripe to being knocked off.
Well, Edmonton has had opportunities, but they've put themselves in tough positions so often. Even just that average starting field position. Montreal starting each drive typically with much better field position is making things easier for the offense. Edmonton's making things tough for themselves.
Quick one again to Cahoon. Takes a very strong jolt there. And it will be a 1st down as the crowd yells out Cahoon. 13-yard gain. 3rd reception of the game for Cahoon, moving closer to 1,000. Again, the CFL record for receptions in a career, 1,006, set by Terry Vaughn. And barring something unforeseen, Ben Cahoon will become the all-time leader in the next couple of weeks. Hawkins. Roderick Williams on the tackle.
Well, the Eskimos have clearly caught on to the trend that when Andrew Hawkins is in this game offensively for Montreal, there's a pretty good chance the ball is going his way.
Kerry Carter comes in, subbing in for Hawkins. Just over a minute to go in the 3rd quarter. Calvillo flushed out of the pocket. And another 1st down. Mr. 2nd down. Jamel Richardson. Again among the league leaders before this week began on 2nd down conversions, 2nd down catches, Jamel Richardson.
So it all gets a little easier for Anthony Calvillo when his O-line is doing this, giving him time to step up and throw the ball.
Edmonton territory. Colburn cutting back. 3 straight passes. And setting up another 2nd down play. We talked about Jamel Richardson before this week began. He and Andy Fantuz had 21 2nd down catches. We might see Richardson again here. Let's take a look at the last play.
There's Elliot Richardson, the free safety, hiding behind. Keep an eye on the fullback, Kerry Carter. He's on the right side of your screen behind the line of scrimmage, using his eyes to locate that blitz, sliding over to pick it up perfectly and allow the rest of the offense to do their job.
2nd and short yardage. Final play, 3rd quarter. Will it be Richardson again? That seems to be who Calvillo looks to, and that's one of the rare instances as Richardson just draws a flag. There's an unnecessary roughness call against the Montreal Alouette receiver. As he gets into it with Roderick Williams. We head to the 4th quarter. No points in the 3rd. 26-7 Montreal.
From an Edmonton point of view is that they certainly closed the gap in terms of play. They didn't get dominated in that quarter. You know, they looked like they belonged on the same football field. But in an overall sense, they're not closing the gap on the scoreboard. Time's ticking, and they're a better third quarter team than a fourth quarter team.
Let's take a look at the penalty here to end the third quarter. Jamel Richardson as Roderick Williams goes down like he was shot. 15-yard penalty on that, so that will send Damon Duvall back a few more yards. He'll launch this from about his 40-yard line. Tristan Jackson is back, and so the Eskimos could get some good field position. And again, they can strike early here, find the end zone. Might be able to challenge the Alouettes here in the fourth quarter, but this has not been a good fourth quarter football team this season. The Alouettes have been. The NFL season continues tonight here on TSN. The Battle of the Mannings. Eli and the Giants, Peyton and the Colts, live coverage 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. After this ball game here at Yale University, Percival Molson Stadium, 101 straight sellouts. And again, they added another 5,000 or so seats this season, adding that top tier. It is a party place, a great place to watch football, and they've had a very good football team to watch over the last couple of seasons. Top team in the East. Ricky Ray now. Into the backfields, Mathieu Bertrand gets a touch here in his home province. To buy about 20 tickets for this game, and tickets are not easy to buy because you can't get them. So he had to be creative, I'm sure.
Well, no doubt trades made with teammates, usually with your other Canadian teammates who need tickets in other cities around the league. I know even amongst members of certain teams, Montreal ticket is a hot one, tough one to get even from your boys.
Second down and 1, and up the gut goes Calvin McCarty. This Eskimo team, one of these rarities in the CFL this year. Of course, touchdown Atlantic next week in Moncton, New Brunswick. This team had to pack for 2 weeks, and Richie Hall said, you know, forget about Toronto next week in Moncton. We have to think about Montreal this week here in Quebec. Focus, he said, was to make sure that they thought about one game at a time. They were overwhelmed, however, in the first half here this afternoon. Ray over the top, and dangerous pass. Fred Stamps leaping for it. And if he didn't get his glove on that, that ball would have been intercepted. Again, Ricky Ray had to throw under pressure.
Fred Stamps goes up in the air for this football. 2 Alouette defenders behind him. Chick Cox playing center field. Guy who kind of gives Fred Stamps a dirty look after the play, saying, you took one from me.
Second downs have been a nemesis today for the Eskimos. Here comes the rush from the Alouettes. And Gerald Brown, Marcus Stell rather, had 6. Working on that corner, Estelle in and out of his hands. Ricky Ray now 12 of 24. This had pick written all over it.
Well, Marcus Stell just hung back waiting for this one. A well-timed break on the football. He was just unable to come up with the catch. It's been a strong game for the Alouettes secondary. They're a group that, and they've got to be at their best every week. They're challenged by their defensive coordinator, Tim Burke, to play a lot of man-to-man. They're winning most of those battles tonight.
Well, Prefontaine's going to have to ice down that left leg. He has had to kick a lot. And the ball is snapped into the end zone, and it's all going wrong as Prefontaine will give up 2 eventually. On a terrible snap. Eskimos will kick it away, giving up 2 more. A long snap that was supposed to be a short snap, a direct snap. Here's our armchair hero.
Well, things went wrong. This one is supposed to go to the up back, Mathieu Bertrand, you're gonna see him reach to his left as the ball goes by. Noel Prefontaine, meanwhile, starts running to the right because he's trying to create a misdirection. Long snapper Tim St. Pierre didn't get it up to the up back, didn't get it up high enough or in position. That's why it didn't have the strength on it to get back to Prefontaine. He wasn't expecting to snap it that far, wasn't planning to, but just missed the up back Bertrand.
So after the 2-point safety, Andrew Hawkins passes it just past his 40-yard line, and a little scrap going on here now. Rod Davis into it, but they are settling down now. Let's take a look at this. Tim St. Pierre looking back at Mathieu Bertrand, and obviously crossed up signals there in many ways.
Yeah, no doubt. He heads to the sidelines to try and straighten out what went wrong with special teams coordinator Noel Thorpe.
I think St. Pierre thought it was going to be a punt. Bertrand thought it was going to be a direct snap. Prefontaine obviously thought that, and bad helmet. Coburn up the middle. Alouettes will be content here to run out this clock. Still a lot of time left.
Another one of those plays for the Edmonton Eskimos, who have battled. They've competed here in the second half, and the way they were beaten in the first half, they could have folded the tents. They haven't, but they've missed opportunities to make plays.
Richie Hall, all he wants is his team to play hard. Believe in itself. Hard to believe, though, when you're getting it handed to you. Calvillo sidearms it to the far side to Brian Bratton. There is a penalty flag down. Looks like Calvillo may have stepped over the line of scrimmage as he delivered that football. And exactly what he did.
Anthony Calvillo, as he scrambles, keeps his eyes downfield and isn't looking to the sidelines to see where those markers are representing the line of scrimmage. You're just kind of going by feel as a quarterback in that situation.
Illegal forward pass. Quarterback crossed the line of scrimmage. 10-yard penalty, remaining second down.
So they'll move the Alouettes offense back, and AC obviously not going to take off with the football. Said yesterday to us, you know, wouldn't have any problem if he had to, but obviously in this game too, comfortable lead early on, 19-0 after one quarter, 26-7 at the half. Hasn't been hit much, if at all, today. And time again. And second down just over the original line of scrimmage. But in many ways, maybe this is the perfect game for an Anthony Calvillo to get himself back into the lineup.
Well,
work his way through it.
Yeah, it's a game where he hasn't faced a ton of pressure, hasn't really been challenged in so many ways by avoiding taking too many hits over the course of this game so far. It's a week that helps Anthony Calvillo probably get 7 days closer to 100%.
Again, 27 of 40, not AC-like numbers, but 311 yards through the air. Wobbly kick. Justin Jackson going backwards now. They can't get him. Jackson, what a block there. Kerry Carter eventually throws him down, but there's a penalty flag. We will sort it out when we come back. 10.5 left in the ball game.